All right. Aloha, everybody. Salamat. Sat Sri Akal. My name's Navpreet. I am Amarpreet's younger brother. And so, growing up with Amarpreet, obviously being the youngest of three boys, it was maybe a little bit of pushing around and things that I had to experience. But I knew it was always out of love. But the funny thing about that was that I also knew that deep down, Amarpreet had a very, very deep romantic side of him. And and the thing is, like, you can ask my older brother and I after this. Like, he used to sing Neo songs and like Usher songs. And the thing is, like, the thing was he wasn't a very good singer, but he got a little better. He did get a little better since the days, just a little bit. So I didn't see this side come into real fruition until he met Tracy. And it's funny, we went snowboarding was the day I met Tracy. I was on leave from the Marine Corps, and that day I remember him, when he would talk to her, his voice would change, and very, very high pitched. And I said, okay, this is a sign right here that this is a very this is kind of the real deal. This is something that he's serious about. And so as that was stage one, the voice changing, the very intimate relationship that it had. One of the things that happened when we went snowboarding that day is he got very ambitious. He went off a jump and he actually landed on his tailbone. And Tracy figured, she's a nurse, so she figured, you know what, let me check up on you. He said, no, I don't want to be checked up on here. It's fine. But so that was once again his more stern side manifesting. So it's kind of like a balancing game. So, just as any stage in a relationship, I remember the next stage being I was deployed at this time to Afghanistan, and when I would get the chance to talk to Amarpreet, he would tell me, man, we got into this argument, this happened, that happened, and I said, okay, cool, and so he'd ask me, so how are things going? And I said, it's great, and in my head I'm thinking, man, I haven't showered in a really long time. My teeth are growing new teeth, and anyway, but, so... But with these stages, there definitely comes better ones. And then the next stage was moving to Hawaii. So when he moved to Hawaii, I knew, wow, this is going to be a really big deal. He's committing to Tracy. They're committing to each other. Amarpreet told me this, and I kind of just saw it without him even having to tell me, is that when he moved out to Oahu, he had to really work hard. And I've never seen him work as hard or before during our childhood. So no, I don't mean that in a bad way at all, I promise. I know this speech has been somewhat satirical, but I'm getting to the serious part now. So but seriously, I mean, he was working more than 60 hours sometimes a week at AT&T, and Tracy was in grad school, so they had a promise coming. And I knew at times he really wanted to move back to California. And he said, if I don't get this job, if I don't make it here, I'm going to move back. But he got the job, and he decided then and there that he's going to make changes for the better. And he's going to really work hard because he really cares about this relationship. He really wants this to flourish and be where it is today. And then for the next stage, I actually have the privilege of living with my brother and my ate Tracy. for the last year and a half while I finished my undergrad education. And once again, I get to see more of that romantic side come and that really caring side come from both of them. And I just knew, it's when you live with somebody, you see day to day how much they care with each other, whether they or care about each other, whether they get into an argument or whether they're just going about their day, they always have in the back of their mind, we're going to get through this together. And that right there alone is more than enough to show me that they made the right decision. They're with the right person. And I also should add in that I really always wanted a sister growing up, and I never had one. And it's funny because Amarpreet and Harpreet would always remind me that I was supposed to be the girl. And I think my mom was already planning. They bought pink clothes and everything. A pink dupatta, the thing that's around her neck. So So, but now they finally got a daughter, and that daughter's Tracy and Janelle. And they got another brother to fill the gap year, Danny, who's a year older than I am. Umpreet's 2 years, and Harpreet is 3. So that concludes my speech, and I want to once again say congratulations to you two. And I really look forward to spending the rest of my time on Oahu with you and seeing this relationship and this marriage flourish and just showing the world that you guys really can kick ass. So I appreciate everything. And now I'd like to give the toast with everybody else.